Hey, how's it going? Kurt, back at you. So, about a year ago, it's kind of crazy, it's already been that long, I made this video. Hopefully it'll appear right there. I titled that video, I Might Have a Problem. I've been dealing with so many different creative ideas and really struggling with how do I filter all of these things, just because I want to do them all. I thought, basically anytime I had a creative thought, I was like, yeah, let's do it. At the time, I was feeling kind of overwhelmed, and yeah, I don't know, it was just hard because I wanted to do them all, and I just also wanted some direction because our time is valuable and I want to use it well. So what I wound up doing was I just made that video, and then I was really not expecting much from it. I just felt the need to make it. But actually quite a few people responded, and I'm really grateful to my friends and family who did. And it seemed like a lot of other people also resonated with that idea of, man, I get this. Like, I have all these ideas and I wanna do something with them. And maybe that's not you. Maybe you're more of like opposite, where it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to come up with ideas and I just don't like them. There's kind of two camps to this. One of them is your time is important. You should think carefully about what you want to do. You want to have intention with all of your actions. When you make something creative, you want it to be meaningful. You want it to have an impact on people. And I think that's a good thing. Flip side, if you're so focused on that, you may never get to that point, because a big part of being human is just being creative. And so a lot of the advice I got was just be creative, just do something, find something achievable that you can get done, and be creative, do it. Now there is a little bit of a line with that where, you don't want to just I turned on my camera when I filmed a blade of grass and now I'm, an artist, right? No, like you can still have some intention to it, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And it doesn't have to be mind-boggling. To give you an easy example, I started doing some YouTube shorts. I had an idea back in college to do something called the Sunday Funnies, which is just, I remember going to my grandma's house and reading the newspaper, and there was always a comic section. Usually it comes out every week. It's the Sunday Funnies. And so I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just make some kind of quick video that's comedic, and that's all that it is. So I've been doing that, and I've been posting them once a week, every Sunday. And I don't necessarily know if, oh yeah, I'm going to do this for the foreseeable future. But I've done it consistently enough. I've enjoyed it enough, and it's been fun to see that some people have responded to them as well. That I've made something comedic that people relate with. Anyway, so shout out YouTube Shorts. If you didn't know that I've been making those, I don't have a lot, but there's about a dozen on there that you could go watch. I think my thing with that is, like, there's a lot of flexibility. Like, you could spend literally like 5 minutes making a YouTube short, and it may not be the funniest thing ever, but as long as I think it's funny, or I want to try it, then I think that works. And there's other ones that, I think there was one video I spent like an hour on, and it's kind of ridiculous to spend an hour on something that's like 15 seconds, but that one had a lot more intention put into it, and so the process was a lot of fun to make. Also been doing some other stuff with streaming, with Twitch, that I've wanted to do, and so I finally just started doing it. I'm trying to do some speed running. As a kid, I played this game called Croc. It was a PC, PlayStation, Sega Saturn game. Just a really simple platformer. But I loved playing it as a kid, and there's a remastered version that came out. So I've been streaming that and trying to replay Croc in a meaningful way. My goal is to break into the top 10 by the end of the year, so we'll see how that goes. Here's something that I think is important to consider. When I sit on the couch and I watch YouTube for an hour, especially when it comes to YouTube Shorts, when that hour is over, nothing in my life has changed. You know, I haven't really learned any skills. I haven't grown in any way. Whereas if I were to spend that hour making a 15-second video, which I get is somewhat ironic because it's a YouTube short, but anyway, is that 15-second video going to change any lives? Maybe? Because here's the deal. So, like, it's not going to change someone else's life? Probably. I made a 15-second video about Pepto-Bismol. I don't think that's going to change any lives. But it does change my life, because I'm spending that time being creative, when previously I was just wasting my time. I want to get better at being bored. I know that sounds weird, but like, our culture today is so bad at being bored that we've just created meaningless things to fill time. Whereas I'd rather be bored out of my mind for 5 minutes to force me to go do something, rather than just waste away for an hour. So I'm still on a journey of being creative, and I don't think this is where the journey ends. I'm not going to title this video "I have a solution," because I don't. I just know that some ideas I've had in the past have been reinforced through this process, that being creative is a good thing. I believe, I believe that God has created us all, and being made in His image means that we also ought to go create in turn. And so I think it's important. And I'm not saying that it's the most important thing. I'm not saying that you should spend all of your free time being creative, because I think there are other things out there that are important too. I mean, maybe go spend your time volunteering. Maybe go spend your time reading. Maybe go spend your time just calling a friend. But I do think that being creative is a valid use of time. I think it is a good use of time. So I don't know where I'm going next with all this. I know that I'm going to continue being creative. I know that ultimately God is the one who changes lives, but at the same time, I want my art to be life-changing and life-giving. In the end, I do think there is legitimacy in being creative as a means to fill your own life with joy and purpose. I believe there is more joy, more purpose out there beyond creativity. Even if you don't know for sure what to do, even if you're not confident in your skills, just get started. Just get started. I'll see you next time.